Hey everybody, this is Mrs. Teeden. Today I'm going to walk you through an active reading strategy called Tackle. This is a previewing strategy that we use when looking at a piece of text. So I like to compare this strategy to like when you pick up a novel. So if you're at a bookstore, a library, and you're picking out a book, you usually look at the front cover. Is it appealing to you? Then you look at the author. Is it an author that you know? Then you may read the back cover and the summary. Is it something you're interested in? Then you kind of skim through the book. Is the font too tiny? Is it the right size that you like to read? Is the book too thick or too thin? And so we just kind of preview the outside and the summary to kind of help make a decision about whether we want to read that book. Well, with an article, we also should preview it. We shouldn't just jump into paragraph 1 and start reading. We need to take time to look at the title, the author. Are there any pictures, charts, graphs, captions, or pictures? What do we know? What's our background knowledge about this subject? Read the lead paragraph and then possibly the end paragraph, and what are those questions there that are going to help guide our reading? So we're going to practice tackling a text with an article today called Keeping Sea Turtles in the Dark. So starting off, there is our title. And we're going to practice writing this on a piece of paper because that's how I want you to practice tackle, is writing it down. So let's go to our word, and we are going to label out tackle, leaving some space. Okay. So let's go back. Our article was Keeping Sea Turtles in the Dark. So already I am thinking about how I go to the beach and we have to keep the lights off at a certain time to help not distract the sea turtles from going into the ocean. So I'm already building kind of my background knowledge here. We're not building it, but reviewing it. So, author, let's see. Looking for an author. So I see that the text is provided courtesy of the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation. And I don't see an author. We'll scroll to the very bottom of the article just to check. I see this 2019, and looking at the date as well is helpful. But no particular author listed. So our author we're going to just jot it down as this National Fish and Wildlife Foundation in 2019. And what that kind of tells me is that National Fish and Wildlife Foundation 2019. I think that the article is going to be written in favor of the turtles. So that's the only thing I'm kind of thinking right now about this. So now we're off to charts, graphs, captions, pictures. And I did see one picture. And those are some cute little sea turtles. So we're going to want to see what it says about our little sea turtles here. Move that up a little bit. So, sea turtle hatchlings. So I'm assuming that means that they just hatched out of their eggs and they're probably headed toward the water. So again, I've seen a couple sea turtle hatchlings, but I don't know like a ton about it. So for our C, that's charts, graphs, captions, or pictures. Sea turtle hatchlings. All right, so now what do we know? So I don't really need to go back to the article from that. Again, so I know that lights have to go off. Sorry about the writing, I'm on the iPad. Go off at night to not confuse, maybe is a good word, sea turtle. And it's not just the hatchlings, but I think it's also the sea turtles themselves that come up to lay the eggs. So I think that's one of the thing about the lights and it being dark. I know they use like red lights too for some reason. I'm not sure. So I'm sure I could think of a few more things, but for sake of time, we're going to kind of keep going here. So our next letter is L, which stands for lead paragraph. So let's go ahead and read that first lead paragraph. Oops. All right. And, we really could have read this part as well for the title, because it's kind of like bolded out. So, funding boosts efforts to cut light pollution along Florida's nesting beaches. Selling darkness in the Sunshine State can be tough. Florida's beach communities sparkle at night with homes and condominiums decked out with beautiful lighting systems. Beachside resorts and businesses depend on artificial lighting to ensure safety and entertainment for guests and customers at night. So again, we're just going to read the lead paragraph. So this already gives us a hint that there may be an issue with people and businesses needing to turn off the lights for the sea turtles. So it kind of hints at problems with turning lights off and due to resorts and businesses. So, okay. We are now going to kind of skim through and look at the end paragraph and the end questions. So I say read the end paragraph sometimes. We don't want any spoiler alerts or anything, but sometimes the end paragraph can kind of summarize the main idea. So that's kind of the thought behind reading the end paragraph. So here is the end paragraph for this. And it says, in between the grant-funded buildings, everybody else has come into compliance, she said. We have blocks, whole cities with turtle-friendly lighting. So it sounds like in the end, they have come up with a way to help everyone be in compliance and, everything is now turtle-friendly. So it kind of picking up on some tone, it kind of makes me feel like it's like a feel-good, turtle-friendly compliance. All right, now we're going to kind of review the end questions and see if we can just pick up on a few things that will help us look for some key details that will help us with questions. So, going through. What do sea turtle hatchlings rely on to make it safely to the sea after they hatch? So, kind of hatchlings, and what do they rely on to make it safely? Okay. Number 2, what is one effect of artificial lighting? So we need an effect of artificial lighting near beaches on the sea turtle hatchlings. Oops. Number 3, artificial lighting near nesting beaches can be dangerous for adult female sea turtles who try to lay eggs on land. What evidence from the text supports this conclusion? So we need to look at artificial lighting. Artificial lighting for adult female sea turtles. Okay, number 4, Conservationists have worked to reduce light pollution and increase the use of turtle-friendly lighting along beaches. What is one effect of these efforts? So again, another effect. So we're going to look for when they talk about conservationists and reducing the light pollution and increase the use of turtle-friendly lighting on beaches. And number 5, my favorite, what is the main idea of this text? All right, so when we are jotting these down, and I am completely aware this is taking just a little while, and that, again, it's going to go much faster when you're doing this on your own. I'm just taking my time to model this strategy and talking out loud. And you'll have the paper right in front of you, not have to go back and forth. So we were looking at safely to see. Number 2 was the effect of lighting near the sea. Number 3 was what disorients turtles. Number 4 is how is conservation. Oops, I left out a letter here. Conservation is helping. How is conservation helping? Sorry, again, talking, writing. And the main idea. We always see that, right? Main idea. Okay, so that, my friends, is tackle. Please forgive any spelling errors or having to read through this handwriting on the iPad, but basically this is how we would tackle the text. I may have taken 10 minutes or so, but I am telling you, you can do this in 2 minutes and it will set yourself up for success when going now to read the article. Don't you feel like you know so much about this article already and we have barely read probably 2% of it or something? I don't know. So I want you to go in with confidence and be ready to tackle this text and understand what you're reading. So thank you for your time.